The icy wind bites, tearing at exposed skin, a relentless enemy as fierce as any German soldier. You can feel the vibration through the fuselage of every advancing tank, the rumble echoing across the scarred landscape of Western Germany in early March 1945. Every mile gained is a testament to brutal fighting, every river crossing a testament to ingenuity and sacrifice. But the Rhine is different. It is the last great natural barrier, the dragon's teeth protecting the heart of the Third Reich, and Adolf Hitler has ordered every single bridge across it destroyed. Allied commanders have long braced for this. The advance has been swift, a relentless push after the Battle of the Bulge, but the tactical reality of the Rhine looms large. Without a bridge, the crossing would be a nightmare of logistics, a vulnerable amphibious assault under heavy fire, costing thousands of lives and precious weeks, perhaps even months, to construct pontoon bridges or secure new crossings. The war in Europe, already long and bloody, would stretch on, claiming more sons, more cities, more untold destruction. The expectation is not just that the bridges will be gone, but that they will be gone completely, reduced to twisted steel and shattered concrete, a final, defiant act of German destruction. This grim reality weighs heavily on the men of the United States 9th Armored Division. They are spearheading the advance, a vanguard of steel and grit, pushing through the Eifel region, their mission to reach the Rhine and secure a crossing. But they know deep down what awaits them. Explosions, demolitions, the roar of collapsing structures and the splash of tons of debris into the swift, cold current of the Rhine. Their maps show a network of crossings, but their experience tells them these are merely ghosts, relics of a time before total war. The river itself, wide and fast, a natural fortress, seems to mock their efforts, promising to drown their hopes of a swift victor. Lieutenant Emmett James, Jim, Burden of the 27th Armored Infantry Battalion, Combat Command B, directs his men through another shell-pocked village. The air is thick with the acrid smell of burning timber and expended gunpowder. His tank, a Sherman, grinds forward, its treads churning mud and rubble. Every soldier understands the stakes. Every officer understands the impossible task ahead. They are advancing toward the inevitable, toward the certainty of yet another bloody obstacle course. But what they don't know, what no one knows, is that a small, insignificant bridge, battered but defiant, still stands waiting, poised to rewrite the final chapter of the war. Its fate and the fate of the entire European conflict rests precariously on the desperate dash that is about to begin. The advanced elements of Combat Command B, United States 9th Armored Division, grind into the town of Remagen on the morning of March 7, 1945. The air is still heavy with the scent of recent combat, but a strange silence hangs over the approach to the river, a silence that is deeply unsettling after weeks of relentless artillery and machine gun fire. Technical Sergeant Alexander Drabick, a lean, courageous man from Ohio, leads a small reconnaissance patrol, his eyes scanning every rooftop, every shattered window for signs of hidden German resistance. His heart hammers against his ribs, not from fear, but from the raw tension of the unknown. He expects to see a chasm where the bridge once stood, a twisted metal monument to German demolition. Instead, as his patrol crests the final rise, an impossible sight slams into his vision. The Ludendorff Bridge, a massive railroad span, stretches across the Rhine, improbably, miraculously, still standing. It is damaged, certainly, but undeniably intact. A gasp ripples through the small group of American soldiers. Disbelief wars with a surge of adrenaline. This cannot be. Every intelligence report, every tactical briefing, every hard-won lesson of the campaign has screamed one truth: the Rhine bridges will be gone. Yet, here it is, a colossal steel skeleton defying all expectations, an open invitation to the heart of Germany. Lieutenant Colonel Leonard Engemann, commanding the 27th Armored Infantry Battalion, receives the electrifying news. His mind races, calculating the odds, the risks, the unbelievable opportunity. He knows the Germans will move swiftly to destroy it. They must have failed in their initial demolition attempts, or perhaps the charges were faulty, or perhaps, just perhaps, the American advance was too sudden, too unexpected to allow for a proper destruction. Whatever the reason, this window of opportunity will be fleeting. The clock is ticking, not in minutes, but in seconds. Immediately, Engemann orders the attack. There is no time for elaborate planning, no time for detailed reconnaissance. Speed is paramount. Technical Sergeant Drabic, without hesitation, leads the charge across the bridge. You can almost feel the ground tremble beneath his boots as he sprints forward, a solitary figure against the vast, exposed span. Behind him, men follow, their rifles held high, their faces grimly determined. Machine gun fire erupts from the far bank, a torrent of lead-stitching patterns in the cold steel structure around them. German soldiers, startled and disoriented, scramble to activate demolition charges, their frantic efforts a desperate race against the onrushing American tide. Every step across the Ludendorff Bridge is a gamble, every second a potential death sentence. But the prize, the ultimate prize, is too great to ignore. The roar of explosions begins to echo from the far side, confirming their worst fears, but they are already on the bridge. A human wave crashing against the last bastion of German defense. The impossible is within their grasp, but it is a grasp that could be ripped away at any moment. Technical Sergeant Alexander Drabic leads the charge across the Ludendorff Bridge, his powerful legs pumping, his rifle clutched tight. The bridge is a symphony of chaos. Explosions rip through the air, sending geysers of water and debris skyward. German machine guns chatter, spitting fire from bunkers on the far bank, their tracers zipping past, painting deadly lines in the cold March air. Drabic, a blur of motion, ignores the lethal dance around him. His mission is singular: get across. He is the first Allied soldier to cross the Rhine, a silent, personal victory etched in the annals of war. Behind him, Lieutenant Karl Timmerman, commander of Company A, 27th Armored Infantry Battalion, pushes his men forward with desperate urgency. He knows the bridge is wired, that German demolition teams are likely frantically trying to detonate the charges. He can hear the distant thud of smaller explosions, the ominous groaning of the steel structure, a warning that the entire span could vanish at any second. His men, a mix of seasoned veterans and fresh-faced recruits, surge forward, their faces grim, their determination absolute. They hug the girders, seeking cover from the relentless enemy fire, but their momentum never falters. Sergeant Eugene Dorland and his squad, including Sergeant Joseph Delicio, have the most critical task. They are tasked with locating and neutralizing the demolition charges. Under a hail of bullets, they scramble across the railway ties, their eyes darting for wires, for suspicious bundles, for anything that could send them plunging into the icy Rhine. The bridge groans and shudders, the ground beneath their feet vibrating with the impact of incoming artillery. They discover a series of massive charges, including one directly beneath a main girder, capable of bringing the entire structure down. With frantic energy, they cut wires, disconnect fuses, and toss explosive satchels into the river below. Every severed wire feels like a direct defiance of Hitler's will. As more American troops flood onto the eastern bank, they engage the bewildered German defenders in fierce, close-quarters combat. The Germans, caught completely by surprise, fight with a desperate fury, but their resistance is uncoordinated, fragmented. They had been ordered to destroy the bridge, not to defend it against a lightning assault. The sheer audacity of the American charge overwhelms them. Within minutes, the first critical sections of the eastern bank are secured, and the flag of the United States is raised over a German guardhouse, a defiant symbol of their impossible triumph. The Ludendorff Bridge, miraculously, is in Allied hands, but the fight is far from over. German counterattacks are already being planned, and the battle for Remagen has only just begun. The bridge, now a conduit for Allied power, will become a magnet for every German bomb and shell. The news of the Ludendorff Bridge's capture at Remagen detonated in Adolf Hitler's bunker like a 1,000-pound bomb. His fury was incandescent, a white-hot rage that scorched everyone in its path. He screamed, he ranted, he accused his officers of cowardice and treason. How could such an unthinkable failure occur? The Rhine, the sacred barrier, had been breached, not by a protracted siege or a bloody crossing, but by a desperate dash across a bridge that should have been nothing but rubble. General Walter Model, commander of Army Group B, and other senior officers faced Hitler's wrath, some even court-martialed and executed for this colossal blunder. For Hitler, the intact bridge was not merely a tactical loss, it was a profound personal humiliation, a direct challenge to his absolute authority and his belief in German invincibility. Immediately, Hitler ordered every available resource thrown at Remagen. The bridge, he declared, must be destroyed. German artillery barrages, relentless and brutal, rained down on the span and the surrounding American positions. Luftwaffe bombers, some flying their last missions, braved desperate anti-aircraft fire to target the bridge. Special demolition teams, even frogmen, were dispatched, attempting to scuttle the bridge with underwater charges. For 10 harrowing days, the Ludendorff Bridge became the most dangerous place in Europe, a magnet for every German weapon that could be brought to bear. Despite the incessant attacks, American engineers, under the extraordinary leadership of Major General William H. Hoge, worked around the clock to reinforce the battered structure and construct pontoon bridges parallel to it. They toiled under constant fire, their lives cheap against the strategic imperative of keeping the Rhine crossing open. The bridge, however, had taken a monumental beating. Its structural integrity was compromised from the initial, albeit failed, German demolitions, and the sustained German bombardment was taking its toll. Then, on March 17th, after 10 days of defying annihilation, the Ludendorff Bridge finally succumbed. With a horrifying groan that echoed across the Rhine Valley, the remaining sections of the main span collapsed into the river. You could feel the tremor in the ground, a final, guttural roar as the colossal structure gave way. The collapse claimed the lives of 28 American engineers who were working tirelessly on it, a tragic testament to their unwavering dedication. However, by this time, the impossible had already been achieved. While the Ludendorff Bridge itself was gone, it had served its purpose beyond all expectation. Over 8,000 American soldiers, along with tanks, artillery, and essential supplies, had poured across the Rhine. The breach had been made, securing a critical bridgehead that allowed the Allied forces to flood into the heartland of Germany, outflanking German defenses and accelerating the inevitable end of the war. The desperate dash at Remagen, fueled by courage and a stroke of impossible luck, shortened the European conflict by weeks, perhaps even months, saving countless lives and forever cementing the Ludendorff Bridge as a symbol of audacious victory against overwhelming odds. It was a turning point, a final, decisive blow against a crumbling empire, forever changing the course of history. What surprised you most about the capture of the Ludendorff Bridge? Share your thoughts in the comments below.